Okay, good. Thank you.
Rick, well, Coach, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, it's always good when everyone on the roster has a positive plus minus contribution. Means when they're in, they made good things happen and created an advantage. A lot of good things to see on the offensive end. I know that that'll be talked about. Defensively, a lot of good things too. We forced them into making tough shots. They did at times, but you've got 27% from the field and 21% from three. They're doing their job there. There's always going to be things to correct. We're kind of in the middle of here getting ready to the grind of exams and things like that. Just fun to have a moment of fun with these guys. They're getting better as we go.
The three-point shooting, I mean, you've got several games now with double-digit points, double-digit three-pointers. And there's the part of it is that they could key on Lexi last year, but they can't do it this year because there's so many. How does that open up things for everybody?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously really helping Maria that she plays in a little bit less of a crowd. But really, as the ball moves, which I put a lot of emphasis in for our lead guard play, as the ball moves, that we're able to attack closeouts, which give open shots, right? And I've been saying it all along. It's a team that can shoot over, when they have great shots. And these guys generated really great shots. We can stretch the floor at multiple positions. Most of the time, we have 4 legitimate three-point shooting threats in the game, and they're really starting to figure out how to find each other. It's fun to watch.
Versus Kentucky, it was you thrive in the paint, and tonight behind the arc, that ability to switch it up and shoot well from all over the court. What doors does it open for your team?
Yeah, it's a good question because, exactly. We have to play to be a really, really good team, which is the step this program wants to take to being great, is we have to play a variety of ways, and we know that, right? We feel like we're built that way, but in terms of having to utilize the interior and the paint and one opponent, and then the next night when they try to sag and try to take away the interior, we have to be able to move the ball east to west and take open shots, right? And then I thought Grace did a really good job finding her lanes, because we were able to space the floor. So you've got to win a variety of ways, and this team proved to do that back to back, which is great. We've got a big week coming up.
Marie, can you talk about the impact of so many three-point shooters on your ability to get open inside, and also the height advantage you had today?
Yeah, of course. Having three-point shooters really just opens up the floor. Now that Liz is a three-point shooter, we don't have as much help off of, and there's not as much doubling, so I can get to my baskets really easily. So shout out to them. I think it really helps as well with passing back out. Them being able to hit those threes is really good for us.
Feels like if you play more minutes, you could have really piled on the points, but good balance. So.
Has three-point shooting been an emphasis in practice?
More than usual, right? We recruited it, right? And so that was part of it. It has been every bit of our focus for Alyssa, every bit of it. It was a lot of time spent on her shot in the spring and in the summer. You guys all see Alyssa every day, every game day. We get to see her every day. She deserves the progress she's made there. We brought in Grace because we knew that when we space the floor, she'll be able to be really dangerous in the paint area as well. And then. But we certainly do drills this year that if we'd done last year, we would never have been able to finish them, right? We get through them pretty quickly now. But part of that, as you know, is a lot of the rosters new, most of the guys that can shoot it.
Back on Liz, obviously last year, the team sagged on her big time, and they can't do that this year. That's going to open up driving lanes for her, I'm sure.
For sure, yeah. And it's hard to recreate your shot when you're a first-team All-ACC performer. Right? It just says a lot to who she is, that she knew that her staying and really adding that layer to her game would be important. It's easy to say that and then to go to the beach. It's easy to say that and then to take 2 days off, right? That kid didn't take any days off and really let us break her shot down from literally from where the ball sits in her hands. And so for every shot she's made, she's taken 10,000 other ones, to prepare for this opportunity. And so she's easy to root for. She knew that Maria is, we think, one of the best post players in the game at any age. And so we wanted to give her more space. We knew that Grace would be able to find shooters and as well find her own finishes, which I thought she did a good job tonight doing. That it helps our team a lot.
Grace, I haven't talked to you since you transferred last summer. How's the transition going, and how do you like the way this offense is becoming pretty
No, yes, the transition's been very smooth. I think a big part of it's like I'm not the only new person here, so being able to communicate with the coaches, with all the players that have been here, and the new players have we've been able to gel together and communicate better. But also in terms of being able to know what I came here to do, like Coach Banghart said, find the gaps for other people, but also open lanes for myself. So definitely still growing, and I'm really enjoying the transition so far.
Had a really nice twisting finish there. Where did that come from?
I don't know. Like CB might have to give props for that one, for me getting back on the backside of that one.
But you're one of the elements that are giving Coach Banghart tremendous depth in the backcourt. What kind of weapon is that for the team to have that many people?
I think bringing in as many guards as we have, we're able to, like you said, like the backcourt is our weapon, but also we're able to push the pace, play with more guards. Even if we play small, we're able to compete at every position. So I think sometimes we play small, but also having such a deep backcourt that we can attack. We have multiple ball handlers, people that can take shots, create shots, and create shots for other people.
Yeah, and the experience, right? Grace has played a lot of basketball in college, and I think she's spending some time adjusting, and we're helping her remember that she's here for a very, very, she was the one we targeted, and so her experience is going to really prove valuable as we get into the ACC season and kind of knowing what it's like to have to show up night after night, so which is great. We knew that Marie and company needed some other guys that have a lot of experience because they're going to have a lot of young guys. So her and Trey are critical as we get into the ACC season now.
And then you had the foul quirks in the last game where you had one free throw in the first three and a bunch of them. And then Alyssa gets 5 of the 11 fouls against you. Yeah. It's really weird.
Yeah, the last one I do think that she should have bounced it down, or she should have used a Euro, or but I say this all the time, I'm not going to worry about Alyssa Usby. She'll figure it out. She's a veteran, and if she's going to foul out of a game like this, we'll live with it because it's never from a lack of effort. So I don't even remember them. I remember when she got her 4th, the bench told me she had 4, and I was like, "You kidding me?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, maybe she'll get her 5th." And sure enough, she did.
What's your big takeaway from this game?
I think these guys are getting more comfortable offensively. I know we've proven we can defend, especially as we really lock into the opponent. But I think offensively, for Grace to play so well, we needed that, right? For Blanca to get key minutes, we needed that. But just the way that they're now playing more comfortably, I thought they're growing on the offensive end. I know a lot is being talked about our defense, and it should be. It's a really good defensive team, right? And they're committed to that side. But you have to be able to score in March to win, right? And I feel like we're getting better offensively game to game. There's certainly, I actually took notes while the game was happening, because I think there's still some other things that we can do, and they'll be ready to help us out and grow, which I love about this team.
What are those things you still need to do?
Well, you have to see it on the floor. You have to see it in live time. You'll have to see it in live time.
Okay.
Any other questions? Great, thanks everyone.
Go Eagles. Congrats to Maria.